We are moving into a 50-meter breaststroke, which is meant for the lower classification. SB1s to the SB3s, and we have two swimmers in this final. We have SB1 in Teresa Perales and SB3 in Zofia Gabidulina.
We had this morning, didn't we? It was 1:15 against 2 minutes, 0.70 seconds. But you let us into a secret because you did speak to Teresa Perales before the race. You spoke to her in the morning. You were having a good little natter, a good little chat, catching up. Something to do with Athens 2004, if I'm not mistaken. But she said that she was going to try and just ease her way into today, and we're expecting a little bit more from her in this final.
And yes, I had a little chat with my friend, but I think she's going to give it all she has this evening. And even though we know that Zofia will be way up in front as an SB3 athlete. But it is not about the time. We will see what the points come up to at the end of the race.
Yeah, the points difference wasn't too much this morning, but don't forget that Zofia already has a gold in her pocket. That was the 150 IM final, which was an amazing first day where she beat Brenda Larry. After Brenda Larry in the first 100 was about 11 seconds ahead, but Zofia came very, very strong with the crawl right at the end. But this is a total different discipline now. So where will this one be won and lost? It's just the 50 metres straight up. The points difference this morning was about 100, but that doesn't matter. It's absolutely irrelevant when it turns around and it comes to this now, because as you mentioned, Teresa Perales will add a little bit more in today's final.
She will attempt to get just a little bit faster. But you can see she is using a single arm breaststroke technique.
Will that have something to do with it? Maybe she's changed up, because she was looking the other way this morning when she pushed off the wall. This way, she's changed her angle and she was looking towards this side of the pool. Is that a strategy?
Maybe. I think maybe she is figuring out what is the best way for her in this stroke. Because for those of you at home who don't know, she used to be an S5 swimmer, which means that she was a little bit more less impaired. So she was used to using two arms to swim until she got injured, and now she is in the S2 SB1 category, and she uses only one arm to swim. So figuring things out with a new circumstance, just trying to find the best way to just be the best swimmer that she can be again.
Well, she already has a European record here. 7 golds in the Para Games throughout her history. She dates all the way back to 2004 Athens, when you were there as well, and you were a trailblazer for Singapore and the Singapore athletes as well. And she is definitely blazing a trail here, Teresa Perales. As you mentioned, she's gone from an S5 and she's now an SB1, and the big question is an S1 now. This is absolutely phenomenal. She is going to win this with the points tally, and it's going to be a much, much, much better time. And it's actually quite frightening when you turn around and you look that when that touch came at 1:43, it is some 17 seconds quicker than this morning.
I'm glad she wasn't lying to me. But yes, her sporting career just goes back way, way before. Back to Sydney 2000, actually.
What keeps motivating her? That's the one thing I'd love to ask her, because she's 48, 49 years old now, and yet she's still winning gold after gold after gold. There is a passion, a drive, and a desire there that you can't find in all the athletes around the world. You know, there are very, very few who can do what she's done, and that's pivot and change to a whole different classification, and boss that classification as well.
I need to probably go and sit down and have a coffee with her.